running 21 days rotation. He told me I am mentally, physically drained. I feel like a machine that forgot it needs its oil. That stuck with me. Just imagine you're running a machine for a particular period of time just because the machine is showing that, I'm good, I'm running. My efficiency is 100%, or let's say 98% because of friction and the likes, 98%. I keep grinding, and then you forget that, this machine uses oil. What happens? There will be a day when that 100% efficiency becomes zero because we forgot to change the oil. We all know the feelings of pushing through deadlines, dealing with production issues, leading teams, and solving high-stakes jobs. We need to get to 2,000 barrels a day. We need to complete this well in 51 days. Those are pressures that we look, it's pressure now, we can fit in. But then our mental well-being is being destroyed, is being affected. Mental well-being isn't a soft topic. It is a hard truth that to sustain the energy we give to this industry, we have to protect our own energy within ourselves. The petroleum industry is fast-paced, high risk, and often glorifies toughness.
And they must pay.
They don't give the big notes.
But under the surface,
They have to take people.
many of us, engineers, technicians, leaders, are struggling silently. We feel we are tough, just as the saying goes, man, you keep going. Man up. Boys don't cry. Be strong for your family. You need to earn your money. Keep grinding. Of course, these phrases were meant to help us cope, but they often taught us to suppress, not to process, to isolate, not to connect, and to prioritize productivity over our peace. There was a young engineer that was sent to me to work with me in one of the fields, swamp rigs. He just got married. And I looked at him. I discovered before he got married, his efficiency was top-notch. When you give him a task, he delivers. He told me he was getting married, and we were very happy. Of course, I could not attend. I was on the rig. And from what I observed, he got married on Saturday, and on Thursday, he was already on the rig. But then his efficiency, his mental alertness was not what I wanted. He was not giving me what I wanted. I asked him, hello, what's the problem? He told me he applied for 2 weeks leave for his marriage, and he was only given 7 days. I looked at him and I smiled. I said, so what do you want? He told me he missed his wife and he wants to go back home to be with her. I laughed over it because even myself, I got married. I told him I got married on a Saturday. On Tuesday, I saw myself on the rig. Yes, you won't have 5 days. I only had 3 days. But then, because of what I passed through, the experience I've passed through, I know the mental breakdown that got me into, and even my family. When he told me that, I looked for him for a day. His efficiency was still not top-notch, and I booked him out. And I wrote a mail that he needs to be with his family in order for him not to have a mental breakdown, that we need him on this job, that he should be given his balanced leave days. And trust me, he got that approval. And when he came back, he gave me that efficiency I was looking for, that 100% efficiency, that 100% concentration. In the oil industry, you are not permitted to make mistake. When you make mistake, you either destroy asset, and in some cases, it can lead to a death of personnel, and nobody wants that. So we're always looking for that mental. If I hadn't gone through this mental stress, I wouldn't have been able to give back what he needed. But then, today, I was glad when he too became a lead in his own job, when he was given leave and approval. I always smiled. And I was happy because I know he learned that from me. But let's look at the impact of this mindset, the hidden cost of suppressed emotion in men. Men, of course, are statistically less likely to seek help for mental health issues. Just as the saying goes, tough up, man up, keep grinding. Is it not just thinking? Supposing I didn't allow Engineer Chikere to go for his time of then, it was a moving time bomb. It would have led to an incident. Men often internalize stress, leading to high rates of substance abuse, burnout, and even suicide. I was part of a panel that investigated the suicide case. Why? What happened? What went wrong? The man came from a rig. He told his operations manager, I can't keep up. I need to be home. The operations manager told him, no, you need to be on the rig. You are the expert on that job. He came to that rig. He met the company rep on that rig, on that particular location, and told him, sir, I need to go home. Of course, racism then was on the top notch. He said, no, you got to work. You got to grind. And guess what happened? On a very chilled evening, will I call it evening or night, that personnel pulled off his coverall, wrapped it, pulled off his safety boots, and jumped into the ocean. And that was it. Man overboard, but he could not be found. Why? Mental health, the mental well-being was already affected. Mind over matter, a new narrative for man. Let's reshape the story. Mind over matter doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means facing it with clarity and community. It means knowing that emotional intelligence is not weakness, it is wisdom. You need to know when to stop. You need to know when to say, I am tired. You need to know when to say, no, I can't continue. I'd rather have my life than keep grinding. Realizing that taking time for your mental health isn't selfish. It is a sustainable leadership. Just as I told you, that young engineer, he was sustained because of what I went through. And I told myself, I'm not going to allow anybody to go through that state again. And when I saw him giving approvals for such reactions he got to, I was very happy. It means personnel on his shift or during his own shift as a lead are going to perform better because they were resting, they were taking time to take care of their mental health. Of course, there's another thing, communication, understanding check-ins on a colleague, or saying I'm not okay. It is okay to say I'm not okay when you are not okay. You don't need to pretend. I heard a story of somebody, because of the feed allowance that comes with staying on the rig, he was dying. And he was saying, I'm okay, I'm okay. He was dying. It's very okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You guys that are students, for example, it's okay to tell yourself, no, I'm not feeling right. I can't read. I can't go ahead. It's okay to take a break. And mind you guys, it is not the number of hours you read. It is not the number of hours you spend on that textbook that makes you pass. It is the number of time, the number of hours, the number of minutes you spend understanding what you are reading that makes you pass, that makes you a champion in your academy. Most especially the guys. Nowadays, maybe in our time, things have changed, but nowadays I noticed that the men, or will I call you guys? Will I call you boys? Okay, sorry, let me call you men. The men now have girlfriends. Some of them go to church, which is good. Some of them go to party. Some of them go to club, and then you want to read your books. 5 activities you want to achieve all in one blow. It's difficult. Well, in some cases, you could as well plan yourself. When you plan yourself, you hit goal. I'm not saying going out for social activities is bad, no. You can socialize. You can have friends, interact. But then, you shouldn't allow it to affect your plans. You cannot mix going for social activity with time for reading your books. Once both of them clash, you have mental stress immediately, you break down. That is why in some cases, you see some people say, I'm exam sick. You are exam sick because you are scared. You didn't prepare. And mind you, you guys are petroleum, you guys are engineers. To be precise, petroleum engineers. Petroleum engineers are always under pressure. You guys are like reservoirs. If you ask a reservoir engineer, tell us about reservoir. A reservoir is always pressurized, looking for where to escape. If it is not controlled, then it becomes a problem. That is where you as a petroleum engineer comes in. Now, how do we manage this? How do we do self-care? Number one, you schedule mental health check. Like you will do safety inspection, just like the young man here that took us for our safety time out here. Was telling us, know this, know this, know this, know this, know this. Okay, please raise up your hands. Same thing applies for mental check. Okay, what do I need to do now? Man, I'm feeling headache. Why am I feeling this headache? Oh, I've not read. I have a birthday party I need to go to. My mom is calling me at home. Oh, God. And some of us here, maybe you are the fellowship leaders in your church. Oh, man, I need to even go for fellowship today. How am I going to cope with that? Set your agendas. Set your agendas in your own quiet time. Like myself, what I do in the evening, the night before I sleep, I take a chart of what I achieved today. Okay, what did I do today? What did I get wrong? What did I get right? How am I going to manage it? Now, it prepares me for the next day on where to continue. I don't just wake up and bounce. Okay, I'm going out. Hey, anything that comes my way, I chest it. You break down. Secondly, talk openly with co-workers, friends, and counselors. You're having mental breakdown. Okay, everything is so clumsy. How do I go about it? Talk to friends. Talk to counselors. Talk to mentors. So please, I don't know how to manage this. So trust me. Before you talk to one or two persons that have gotten your solution. I know of a young man who had 1.9 in his 100 level. His CGPA in 100 level was 1.9. And this person's called then, when JAM was JAM, no offense to you guys, when JAM was JAM, this person's called 272 in JAM and made all A's in his WAEC. But when he got to school, he got carried away because of freedom, because of associations and others, and forgot his academic. He could not set his time right. In his 100 level, he made 1.9 CGPA. He was mad. Hey, me, that is a scholar. My 5 years course, how am I going to make it? Well, guys, trust me, this guy graduated with the 2-1. He made 3.5 exactly. Why? He got himself. He picked up himself. He arranged himself. He prepared his schedules. And he got it right. So don't look at yourself, oh, this thing is already too late. There's nothing too late, provided you're still breathing. Move your body. Physical activity is scientifically proven to boost mental clarity. Play football. If you love football, play football. If you love carrying out bricks walking, do bricks walking. If you love playing basketball, play basketball. If you love doing swimming, swim. All this clears your mental, reboosts your mental health. And finally, please set boundaries. You are not a machine. You are humans. Don't say, I can read this big textbook. Okay, for instance, let's say petroleum geology, because I know most people are scared of geology. Petroleum geology. This petroleum geology, I can read. You know, geologists are crammers. You can cram anything. This geology, and at the end of the day, you cram. headache comes in. According to worry people, I'd better don't catch barbed wire. Nobody wants that. Just like our work, mental resilience is built through routine maintenance, not emergency shutdown. Our work, I repeat it, just like our work, our job, just like our processes, mental resilience is built through routine maintenance, not emergency shutdown. Honoring fathers. On Father's Day, we celebrate men who have shaped us. But let us honor them, not just for their strength, but for humanity. Maybe your dad was kind, was the kind of man who never missed a day of work, but struggled to say I love you. Or maybe he taught you how to fix things, but never learned how to fix himself. Maybe your father today is trying to hold together the family with a lot of pressure, financial pressures, without him buying himself what he needs to buy. But for me today, to all the fathers, please, gentlemen, I know most of you are not yet fathers, but one day you guys are going to be fathers. You will understand what I'm trying to say. You are allowed to rest, please. You are allowed to feel free. And you are allowed to absolutely get healed. We in the Society of Petroleum Engineers are more than network. We are a community. Let's commit to checking in on each other. I love what I'm seeing here. FUPRE, PTI, DELSU, everybody is here. Please, you guys have a broad, you guys have a broad connection now. Check on each other. Hello, how are you? How's your academics? Hope no issue. You will not know what you're solving. You will not know, you will not know the effects of what you are doing to somebody. You will not know the healing you are giving to somebody. But trust me, just hello. You say to somebody, we change that person's, we make that person's day fantastic. Now, my closing remark to you guys, let me leave you with this. For the men, because it's about us, you know. Being a man is not about never breaking. It is about knowing how to rebuild with support, with honesty, and with care. Mind over matter isn't just a mantra. It's a movement towards balancing, healing, and compassion. So today, of course, we know Father's Day was yesterday, but of course, it spilled up to today. So today, we celebrate Father's Day and Mental Health Awareness Month. Let's commit to this new definition of masculinity. One where self-care isn't an afterthought, but a foundation. Thank you and God bless you.
Wow, come on, everybody, send your reactions with your clapping emojis. This has been impactful, brief yet impactful. Indeed, Maybe God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I'm sure you're reading the comments, but this has been beautiful. And my take home is a good structure helps you stay in function. A very good structure helps you stay in function. So, like you said in your own words, routine maintenance over emergency shutdown. When you constantly take care of yourself, you would not have to go on sudden breaks that can disrupt your routine. So, this is a reminder to every man that burnout is real. Burnout is real. Don't shrink. Don't isolate yourself when you're in trouble. Come out and ask for help. It is okay to be in pain. It is okay to not be okay. But you have to face this with clarity and with community, as we have learned from engineer Lucky Charles. Thank you so much, sir. So I'm sure you have questions. I am very sure. And so for the interactive Q&A session, let's welcome Sir Adejo Friday Emmanuel from FUPRE chapter for this Q&A session. Can we have you, please?
Okay, good afternoon all. Please confirm, can you hear me clearly? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Engineer Charles, for that insightful lecture. It was really brief and I really learned a lot. So for the Q&A section, please, if you have questions, please, you can indicate by the chat box. But if your environment is quiet, you can unmute and speak. But if your environment is somehow noisy, then you can just type down on the chat box. Let me read through. Okay, but before then, while they are dropping their messages, all their questions, so I have a question for you, sir. So can you hear me?
Please go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay, sir. So we know that in most companies nowadays, when you go to apply for a job, one of the questions they do ask is, can you work under pressure? And as young undergraduates now, our answer normally will be, yes, we can work under pressure because of the nature of job scouting in Nigeria is really difficult. So when we get those jobs now, we try as much as possible to please the management. So we'll be like, yes, this guy can work, so that promotion will be easy and you can stay long or more in that job. But now after listening to you this afternoon, we noticed that we should prioritize our minds and ourselves being more than the matters and work. So my question is, how do we try to manage it in such a way that laziness doesn't come in? Because most times when we try to say, yes, we're trying to prioritize our mind and our health, we notice that we are being lazy. Most times we tend to become lazy. So how do we try to manage that doesn't come in?
Okay, thank you very much, Adejo Friday. What you asked is a very sensitive question. I was in an interview panel when we were interviewing a young engineer, and this same question came up. Can you work under pressure? And he said, yes, I can work under pressure. As a matter of fact, pressure is my name. Hey, we all clapped for him and we're very happy. And it happened that he worked, the first hitch he came to work was with my hitch. And in that my hitch, we had issues on the job. And then indeed, there was pressure. And when the job started, then it was because then I was a field service supervisor for cementing as a cementing engineer. And I asked him, move this thing. He was tired. I knew he was tired. We were all tired. But the job needs to go on. There's difference between laziness and mental torture or mental breakdown. Mental breakdown deals with psychology. Your psychological, how would I put your psychology, your brain, your physical breakdown. Industry, most especially when you are in the service hands, even in the production hands, production side. Once you face this pressure, it's different. You can keep going. Yes, that is physical. But when it comes to mental breakdown, it's different. Nobody sees it. It is only you that mental breakdown is affecting, that you say, okay, let me shock you now. I was on a rig in Magellan, ExxonMobil. I was supposed to do 28 days on that location. The company rep on that job came back. When he was leaving, he told his back-to-back, do not allow the cementing engineer to leave. He is good, so that our job will keep going. He left. His back-to-back came to meet me. You are not going anywhere. I said, it's time for me to go. He said, no, I need to do. You know how the whites used to behave. Then racism was tough then. And I stayed back. I did another 56 days. McMax came back. Sorry for calling his name. When he came back, he saw me on the ring. He said, hey, Charlie, you'll stay here. I told them to keep you here. I need you. I did another 28 days, I was heading to 90 days on the ring. I was mentally unstable. It was bad. I knew it was time for me to tell them, I can't work again. That is different from being lazy. And I told them, I cannot work again. We're having issue on the rig then. They needed the cementing engineer to be on board. I told them, I ain't working. Why? Because I've gotten to my elastic limit. I've broken down. That is mental health. I knew I was no longer there. Mentally, I was gone. Yes, physically, you are seeing my body. I can walk. I can operate the equipment. But then I told him, it's time to get off this rig. And he came to my room. He told me. He pleaded to my conscience then. He said, please, Charles, do this one job for me. I will book only you a chopper. And he assured me. I did the job for them. And trust me, he brought the chopper and I left the rig. But as I was leaving the rig, as I was a mail that he affected and nobody wants to hear mental breakdown in the industry. So when you get to mental breakdown, when you know you are not stable for that job, call out immediately, cry out immediately. Nobody's going to kill you. If they fire you because of that job, trust me, if for your mental breakdown, you will get another job. If it is not laziness, you will definitely get another job. I hope this answers the question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very, very much. I believe we learned a lot. And at the just work right now, no questions. So I think everybody really learned very well, and we appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So over to you, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Friday, for the Q&A session. And so while answering his question, you answered one of mine in a way, but I still want to pitch this. You talked about how you were able to send a man that just got married home because he was missing his wife and it affected him. So if we are in that kind of situation and we are not so lucky to have a lenient supervisor such as you, is there a way to cope? Because like you said, after spending about 90 days at that rig, he pleaded with you and you still found it in you in a way to move on and complete that task. So how were you able to cope with it and complete the task in a way that did not result in an incident? Oh, I think he's not with us anymore. That is Isaac. Well, I'm not so sure. But since there's no response, I think he's no longer with us. Maybe due to network or I don't know. But can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Maybe it's from my end.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
We can hear.
okay.
Hear you.
Thank you. But does anyone have an answer to my question? How do you think you can cope with that?
Please, I can barely hear you. Please,
Can you hear me now?
barely.
That means it's network. Okay, so I think I will type. Can you hear what I'm saying now?
Yeah, I can hear
Hello?
you.
Okay. So let's move on to the photograph session. Since maybe network is disturbing me now, let's move on to the photograph session. So to do that,
Okay, I think network is having issue. Can you hear me?
Oh, he's back. Yes, I can, sir.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, please go ahead with your question again.
Oh, okay. I said, how can one cope in a situation like you explained? You said you had stayed there for over 90 days, but he pleaded and you were still able to go on with the job without causing any accident of any form. So how were you able to cope in that kind of situation? Is there any tips you can give us?
Okay. Now, there's what they call assurance, hope. When you are healing, there's a stage they call hope. Now, he assured me that I'm going to leave the rig after 90 days. Now, with that hope at hand, I had to call myself to order. Number one, I knew I was top of my game, and I knew I didn't want to fail. I didn't want to drop my own KPI. So in line with that, I told myself, okay, yes, it was a brief job, but it was a very sensitive job that could destroy that particular well. So what I did, I just told myself, come on, go do this job. And since he has assured you, if he does not do it, then I'll just sit down. I'm not doing anything on the rig again. And trust me, nobody wants to have a safety incident on the rig. So that assurance and hope made me dig the job, and I did it well. So for me, it was just hope. Now, when you are healing from mental stress or any mental challenge, health challenge, just have that hope that I'm going to be fine. And trust me, you will be fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So there is a place for hope in healing. So you have gotten, or in my case, when I get that kind of assurance, I am, or I will be able to go on and do what I'm supposed to do. So not just hope, I have to make the decision by myself, inside of me. Okay, so I have been notified that we have a very, very capable person in our midst. So it is an honor to recognize the presence of Sir Godde Usiabulu. I'm honored to recognize you, sir. You are welcome, and it is nice to have you in our midst, sir. Okay, so so we have the photograph session now. So if you can start your video, if you are in a dark area, please move to where you have light so that we can get the screenshot.
Okay, please, can you hear me, Praise? Can
Yes,
someone
ma'am.
hear me? Okay, before we do that, Mrs. Mfon, who is unavailable, absent, she's the D&I chairperson. She sent her message that I should do the closing remark because I see this is a collaboration between us and the FUPRE, ABRAKA, and the PTI, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so is it time for closing remark or after the photo section?
According to the outline, it's photograph session before closing remark.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so please start your video. Let's do this quickly so we can have the closing remark. Oh, you like this. Okay. What's the chant again? We were told SPE and then we do this, right? All right. So, however, thank you. I see someone with thumbs up there. Thank you, Laura. Okay, I take it for this line. Okay, please stay on so that I can capture everyone. If you're in a dark place, please come to the light. Come to the light. We need to see you. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. And the last. Some of us have not started our videos, so okay, well, I'll take your names. So thank you so much. for joining us. So please let's have the the closing remark, ma'am.
Thank you so much, D&I, on behalf of D&I Chairperson, Mrs. Umfon, who is unavailable absent. I want to thank the organizers of this program, the SP FUPRE, SP PTI, and SP ABRAKA. I want to appreciate our esteemed presenter, Engineer Charles Lucky, for giving us that insightful, impactful presentation. Within a short notice, he agreed to give us this wonderful presentation. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you, D&I and SP student chapters. We love you. Thank you so much. On this note, I want us to remember that our mental health and our well-being is very important for us to live a healthier and happy life. And some takeaways today for me and for all of us today, we should ensure that we have good exercise, stay connected with people, share our emotions when the need arises, and ensure that we have a very good sleep. Sleep is very important. It reduces stress. So on this note, I said thank you so much, everyone, for joining the call. Thank you, Engineer Gosday. Thank you, student chapter presidents, all the executive, all the attendees, and especially Lucy, who has been on my neck for this program. Thank you so much. Thank you, moderator. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. So have a nice day, everyone. I hope you can go with this that you have learned and also spread the light. Tell every man, every father that you know that it is not bad to ask for help. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
You tell me, thanks for joining. Our session secretary. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, all of you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, everyone. All right, here we go. I greet you, sir. Well done, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for everything.